So after our conversation at Roland's Raw Grains, I had the distinct honor and privilege of going with Roland on a walk through Turnbridge to get acquainted with some wildlife and their various poops. And if the latter half of that sentence didn't make any kind of sense to you, go listen to episode 3. Now, are you ready?
Come on, we get to ride in the big truck. All right. I'm in and out of these fields with this truck. All right. Right down here, man. About 10 minutes. We are good today. Yep. Okay, these fields are the fields where the whole Carolina gold thing got started back up. Bar none. But bar none, everything started right here at Turnbridge with Carolina gold back growing. No matter who's growing it now or who's out there with Carolina gold, the whole thing started right here. And I got lucky, and I'm growing on the fields that where it all started at. This is where I grow at. That's where I grow my rice at, right here. That's where it is at. But these are the fields right here. Normally you would see small alligators in these ditches, but we're going to look at some alligators here in a few.
Tell me when you see the poop.
Don't worry. I'm going to carry y'all on a little trip, and we're going to start seeing some poop. We'll see the alligator poop. The water is going out, and I'm going to show y'all some of the water devices that we use to get the water off of these fields. That water was real high in this field yesterday.
This is where all the rice is.
This is where. Yep. Wow. Now that green stuff that's growing out there now, that's actually rice.
Wow.
It's soft now, but that's rice. That's called ratooning.
That's ratooning. That's the type of rice it is?
No, ratooning is when you can cut the rice, you come in and harvest it, flood it back up, and once you flood it back up, the rice comes back up again. And if it doesn't frost, you get a second crop. But most of the time, the way climate change is now, most of the time, you won't get it because it'll frost and it'll kill the rice
and
before.
Mess it up. So how are you working with that climate change? Like how are you coping with that?
But we're dealing with it. The only word I have about different things with climate changing, because right behind that, those trees right there, you see the trees right there.
Water back there.
That is a salt marsh.
Oh.
That's a creek that runs up behind it. And that show you what kind of borderline that I have with salt water getting in these fields, because I cannot have salt water in these fields.
You cannot get into the rice fields. Okay.
When Matthews came through several years back, the hurricane, these fields were under more than right about 4 feet of water, salt water. Wow. And I had to keep flushing these fields till I got the salt content out, and now I'm growing rice back on it again in the last 3 years.
So how do you excavate that salt water out of there?
You just got to flush it with fresh water.
Wow.
You're using fresh water. You put fresh water in there, let it sit in there.
You're literally pouring water into the thing.
That's right. This is like you had in your kitchen and you're rinsing out a pan or a pot. That's what you do with this field.
Wow.
You take this field and you flush it. Yeah, but this is actually the field that this rice started back on the Carolina Gold. We're going to walk down a little bit more and we'll probably see some alligators.
All right, let's go see some alligators.
We'll pull on down. We'll go down just a little bit more.
All right.
Yep.
We love to see it.
Yep. You get to see stuff like a bobcat with the baby kittens on this road.
What?
Walking. You see all that stuff.
What?
You see a lot of different things you wouldn't even know. Bobcat.
Yo, this is every terrain.
Yeah, I told you got everything here.
You got sea, you got fish, you got bobcats, you got deer, you
got everything here. And this
snakes,
is,
alligators.
It's the honest to God truth. I can walk out in the road out of one of these fields and bring a tractor out of one of these fields. You look down there and you see a bobcat with there 3 little kittens.
Wow.
They're what we call a popcorn tree. Some of them have died, but then the bigger ones out there that when we came in, those are live oaks. Live oaks. And when you would see one of those live oaks, 2 things them live oaks would represent. If you see one that's about 200 years old.
That's the one with the long fur.
Yep. Okay. If you see one of them that's an old tree, that tree, and it's around one of these fields, that tree was where all your slaves sat around to eat lunch when they let them eat lunch. And another thing was, if it was on the hill, there's a cemetery there. For some reason, they would always bury where those live oak trees are at.
Bury the slaves?
That's right, bury the slaves. It'd be right around them live oak trees. You see them there on the hill, and they would be around. You'd find grave. You see sunken in the ground, and that's where a grave is at.
Wow.
Yep. They buried over 600 slaves down there. That's known grave sites, 600.
Known grave sites. Headstones, no names, no respect on who they were as people.
Nope. And we're gonna go down this embankment right here. And see, this is how these fields were built. You got these embankments. You know, you got these little embankments.
So you just be walking through here by yourself?
Oh yeah, always. I tell you what, you come down here at night. You come down here. You get in here at night. You get in here at night, and you take that flashlight. Sometimes I got to come and check the water level in the field. And you shine that flashlight in there right there to see what's going on with the water, and all you see is red eyes on top of the water.
Oh,
and all of those are alligators.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
How many have you seen at one time?
It's cool, man. It's really cool. It's
you
really
be
cool.
Scared?
No, it doesn't bother me.
But how many pairs of eyes? How many have you seen at one time?
Oh, you might see 40 or 50 eyes. I'm serious too. Now see, this was the rice. This field right here was
20-something gators at one time.
Easy.
Oh no, get out of here.
At night, that's when they feed. This field right here this was a field of long gold right here. This was a field
of long gold over here.
Yep, that was.
But where we just were was a field.
That was a field of Carolina gold.
Carolina gold, the short grade.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. But that's the most sought after.
This is the most I've ever learned about rice.
Yeah.
More than culinary school.
Yep. Yeah. Well, you can tell them you at where it really grows.
I'm gonna be like, I milled this rice myself.
Yeah.
I fought alligators.
Well,
call me Jade Irwin. Wait, okay, you have not been doing your job in pointing out the alligator poop to me.
Don't worry, we'll see them here in a few. We're going to find some alligators. Okay. Usually there's one right here at this rice around here. Usually there's
They
one.
don't come up on you?
No.
So back in the day, which I know you didn't live in clearly, when we were doing this, not by choice, how would they have done this process?
They would have something called a rice trunk. Got a box that they build underground, and the water goes through it, and by raising this right here, that lets a certain amount of water out the field and keep the water level in the field right. Okay. And you found where your African Americans really know how to regulate the water and stuff on this rice.
You think that's been taught and handed down, or you think that's something that's inherent? A little bit of both?
It's a little bit of both.
Okay.
Been a little bit of both. This is part of what you do when you're a rice farmer. And you're always out here in these environments. Wow. Yep. I'm so glad to have y'all out here today, and actually, to see a lot where your good food comes from. Yeah. That's what I'm interested in. People having good food. Always. Those guys that came in from all across the world and was here, they really enjoyed themselves being out with all the space and the different things. And they actually found a lot of things out here that I didn't know that you could eat and you could make tea and stuff from. Yeah, a lot of this stuff. They went foraging and they just found a lot they came back in with all this stuff and cooked it up there. Something that I didn't have no idea you could eat or drink. Once it was processed or boiled. Yeah. So it had opened a whole new world for me with just meeting those chefs and the stuff and the different plants that they found out here, and it blew me away. Them alligators are here right now, but we just don't see them.
I know, they see us
though.
I know they do.
Alligators and the snakes.
Wait, where's the snakes now?
They're right. See that grass right there?
Wait, is this a poop? Is this a poop? That's not a poop, is it?
Yeah, that's an otter. That's an otter did that.
That's an otter poop?
Yeah, that's an otter poop.
How do you know?
Because of the shell. And see, if that was an alligator, it would have had some white chalk. See, that's an otter. See all the fish scale in there?
Wow.
See all that fish scale?
So otters poop white too, or this just dried out?
That's just dried out.
Like a dog poop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not fully obsessed with poop.
I'm going to show you something else here too. But we're going to look at some bigger ones. We're going to see the real alligator poop. See this right here? This right here. This is where your alligator cross right here to go from during the summer. This is salt water on this side. This creek used to be filled with salt water. This is a low tide right now. But them alligators, they like that fresh water more than they do salt water. So what they do, they go back and forth. They'll leave out of here, and this is a gator run right here. And he slides right through here. He slides through there, and he's in that fresh water all day long. He's in that clean, fresh water.
So why do they go to the? So what does the salt do for them?
I don't know why, but the alligator don't really like salt water.
Okay.
He care more for the fresh water. And during the summer, you may go out in that. I may go out in that field just to check the rice, and you see something go straight out in that field, look like a torpedo.
Oof.
And he's running from me. He'll just
running from you.
Yeah, he'll just peel right off, and he'll go out in the field. And you see him stop. You see him stop.
So they're technically more scared of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very rare you find an alligator that would attack you. See them little bubbles right there? Yeah. See, and he's coming our way too. He's coming right towards us.
What, the alligator?
See the bubbles steady coming?
Oh,
He's right over here.
Move?
He's right here.
Should we leave?
He's right there.
He's a small one. That's a small alligator.
So should we run zigzag?
They ain't gonna get you. I got them all trained down there. They won't get you.
You're a brave man, sir.
We're going down here. We're gonna look at some gators here.
Okay.
We're gonna look at some gators, and we're going to see some alligator poop.
Yeah!
We're going to see some alligator
Wait,
poop.
what's that? Oh, that's a pine cone. Never mind.
Yep. We're going to see some alligator poop.
Have you ever had anybody so fascinated with the alligator poop?
Well, some people, like those guys that came from over there and came from different places like Cobra, see, that's some more otter poop right there.
That's otter poop.
That's otter
Okay,
poop.
so it's black.
Wait, where's
Sorry.
Right there.
That black, those black,
Right
they
there.
look like charcoal.
That otter is frequent. This he catches the fish out of this
And
ditch.
so they're saltwater, right?
Salt water.
Wow.
Salt water. Them otters are salt water or fresh water. Mainly the otters down here are freshwater otters.
How does it feel to live in so much different type of terrain?
Well, it's wild. I tell you
Look,
what.
more otter poop.
Yep. He's all.
Do you eat the otters?
No. People would catch. My grandfather and them would catch them for the pelt. They use them for the hide. My grandfather was a trapper. That's another thing that he trapped a lot.
With
he trapped otters.
Wait, he used them for the what?
For the pelt, the hide.
What's that?
He would sell it, the fur off of it.
Oh, the hide.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's another way that African American here in the South made money.
We're selling fur.
Was selling fur and alligator hides. My dad bought like two cars with just selling alligator hides over in Savannah. He bought one, and they were teenagers. They couldn't have been no more than about 16-year-old then. Catching alligators and selling them to the fur company over there and the hide company. And he bought himself a car, and he bought his brother a car, his younger brother.
What would you say to somebody who's vegan, who gets mad about something like that, but this is something that we had to do to sustain ourselves?
Well, that was just it. There was no other way around. Now, see, that's an otter slide right there, too. That otter cleaned all that, see all that straw right there? And see the fish scale right there? See that?
That's the poop.
See that? That's an otter did that right there.
Those are some mischievous little
Oh, yeah.
jokers.
You see where his paws were scratching right there on the ground? You can see actually where he was scratching, and he pulled all that back, all the straw back. That field right there, the water.
You pulled water off.
Yeah,
that.
I pulled the water off and see all the birds out there. They getting the crawfish and whatnot now.
Wait, cause
They getting the crawfish. See them birds out there? They getting the crawfish and the frogs.
I want some crawfish. That's why
We hadn't seen. There was a pretty good sized gator in here yesterday.
you saw.
Oh yeah, he was up
you
here.
didn't see it right now.
He was right here up at this.
Do you think they hear too many people?
No, they'll be here.
They taking naps?
No, they take naps. There's sun out there.
Are they nocturnal or are they
No,
awake during the day?
they're very much awake during the day.
Okay.
Alligators are always moving. They're on the move.
So they're like cat nappers.
Yeah, cat nap. They take a little nap, then they move and go and get something to eat.
Okay.
Catch a frog or a fish.
What is a frog going to do for a big old alligator?
Well, after you done caught quite a few of them.
Okay, I guess you're right.
He's good.
If I eat enough shrimp, I do get full.
Yeah.
You're right.
There was one here. There's a little one right there.
Where?
See a little one right there. See him right there? See him right there? Look under that limb right there. You see his head on top of the water?
Where am I looking?
See right there. See that little one? That's a little one. There's one in there 5 times bigger than him. He was right here yesterday.
There's a little one over there.
Right there. There's a little one. That's a little one right there.
Oh.
That's a little. He's probably about a 3-footer. And we're going to go on down to this pond and we're going to see some bigger alligators. We're going to see some bigger gators here now.
Did you?
Big gators.
Big gators.
Yeah.
That's your
We're going to see some,
what's that voice?
we're going to see some big gators here today. Lots of things
And you have
going on.
never, and none has never run up on you.
Never have. I've never had a problem
And
with
you've been out in
alligators.
these fields since you were how old?
I've been out in these fields and these woods since I must have been. I started out hunting and stuff, and being in these woods where these gators at ever since I was about somewhere around 9 years old. Yeah, they tunnel. That field right there got a bad salt problem.
Okay.
It was flooded during the hurricane. We're just trying to keep. I'm trying to keep water on it now to get it back.
Is this a saltwater field or is this supposed
That's
to be
a
a
freshwater
freshwater field? But the saltwater got in it.
Right.
Okay. Which messes with the rice.
Yep. And it will kill it.
So do
come
you
up.
have rice over here right now?
No, we didn't plant any rice on that field.
Okay.
We planted a golden millet in there this year.
Okay.
During the winter months for the ducks.
A golden
wild
millet.
ducks. Yeah, golden millet.
Okay.
The golden millet might be something I might be thinking about growing. Y'all chefs might be interested in it.
Oh, wow. What is millet?
in making bread
What
and
about
stuff.
fonio?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, we'll start.
We had a nice conversation about fonio yesterday.
Oh, cool.
With a young chef named Amethyst down here. Who,
Oh, man.
You know Chef Amethyst?
No, I don't.
But she works with fonio and works with a company that specifically brings fonio and West African grains to the States.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think that's
Man,
somebody
I
you
would
should
love
know.
to introduce to her.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There was a lot of gators out here yesterday. There's one right yonder.
Where?
You can see, if you look on that, look right up there where that green grass is, and you just see his eyes on top of the water right there. See where the water line starts?
Oh, your eyes
and
are
you
wild.
just see him. We should be seeing
Yo,
something.
how do you spot that? Like, have you ever worn glasses?
Hey, you got to always look for something out of the ordinary.
You know what? You're right. You got to be aware. You need some of this water.
That's how you spot snakes and all when you're in the woods. You look for that daggone vertical line. That's something out of place
Oh,
in the woods.
so you know when something's out of place in the woods.
Yeah. You better know. Hey, look here, see it? Look yonder. That's about a 7-footer right there.
Oh, I see.
That's about a 7-footer right there. Okay,
yep.
There's another one right there. There's another one right over there, got his nose up out of the water. See him? See the big one moving out? See him moving out right there? See him now? He's moving out.
He is moving. Oh, he's moving.
I think it was 9 of them here yesterday.
Oh, what?
9. I see 3 more up here. Look at here. Come on up here. Look at these big gators. Y'all want to see some big gators? Look at here. There go 2 right there. It's another one. See, there's 2 big ones right there. The big one just submerged almost. See him right there? See him there? Hey, come here. Y'all want to see a big one? Come here. Look at this one up on the embankment. Look at that big one over there. Look at that big one over yonder on the grass. See that big one? See that big one up on the grass?
Oh, this is frightening.
Don't get too close to the edge now, because you got them other gators right there too now.
All right, yeah, don't get, yeah. I'm gonna stay by rolling.
See, that's a big one. See, he's laying up on the embankment. You can walk further down and take a look at him. See that one right yonder? See, that's actually a small gator. That gator right there should be about 10. That should be about a 10-footer. We got gators out here, 12 foot and better. Yeah, as long as the SUV, we got some big gators.
I think your ancestors be with you. I think they be walking with you every day.
I hope so, because I be in a lot of treacherous places.
I think you got 2 of them, one on each side.